Playground.
Hooray!
This is the Darren Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Darren Harris.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Darren Harris, and this is my show, y'all. Thank you for joining me this week. I really do appreciate it. Today, I will be talking about what tennis star Jelena Ostapenko insulting Taylor Townsend. She called her uneducated and classless, and many people in the tennis world and the rest of the world are shaken up about it, but Taylor Townsend remained calm, and I'll be going through that a little bit. Also, I'll be going through Gaza and Israel still bombing innocent brown people, but should black people be concerned about that? And I'll go through why with that. Trump tries to fire the Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, and she said no and went to work anyway. As well as the school shooting that happened, which is a tragedy. And are we going to continue to not defend our children and defend guns instead? And lastly, I'll be talking about boots on the ground in Chicago. And I'm in Chicago. So that's what I'll be talking about today on the podcast. But first, I want to check in with everybody mentally, make sure everybody's mental health is on task, and to encourage anybody who is struggling with any kind of mental health crisis to please reach out. There are people that are ready to help you. They're out here ready to help you. I am a big proponent of therapy and having someone to talk to. Please do not keep it in. There are many things going on in the world right now that have people on edge, and I can completely understand if somebody is feeling like they're cracking at the seams, because not for nothing, I suffer from depression and anxiety myself, and I feel like that from time to time. But I do know that there are people, like I said, out there that are willing to help you and get you prepared and ready to deal with the next day if you need. So please don't deny yourself that gesture of love for yourself. Go out and seek some mental health for yourself today. So I'm going to jump right into this, but first I'm going to take a quick fast break and pay some bills, and I'll be right back. Hey, what's good, everybody? Darren Harris here from the Darren Harris Podcast. Listen, September is the perfect time to enjoy a fall road trip. With your Harvest Host membership, you can explore over 9,500 unique RV and camping destinations throughout the U.S. and Canada. Take in the changing leaves at a farm, stop by a cidery, or plan a quiet night at a vineyard after a day on the road. And with the route planning tool, it's easier than ever to map out your trip and discover new hosts along the way. There's no camping fee for one-night stays, and you can save 20% with code Harris20 at sign-up. You can learn more at harvesthost.com, and do not forget the code Harris20. Harvest Host. Get out there.
The Podcast Playground.
Hooray!
Now, back to the Darren Harris Podcast.
Hey, everybody, what's popping? Welcome back, man. So I want to talk about tennis for a few minutes, man. This girl, Jelena Ostapenko. I think that's it. Ostapenko. I think that. I'm going to go with Ostapenko. Jelena Ostapenko, she insulted, by the way, Jelena Ostapenko, a white woman, insulted Taylor Townsend, a black woman, after their match. And she called her uneducated and classless because, in my opinion, because she lost to a black lady in straight sets, no less. And she said that she was uneducated. Where'd that come from? Because you lost a tennis match. And classless. Because I lost the tennis. You lost the tennis match. So, I mean, first of all, shout out to Taylor Townsend for not trying to gut this chick right here on the tennis court. She remained as calm as a cucumber. And I love her response. Her response was the greatest response. I mean, it was fantastic. It was absolutely phenomenal. She told her, learn how to take the L better. That's all she really said. Hey, learn how to take the L better, which I'm sure just made her, just seethe. Super crazy for her to just come out of her face and just say something like that. That's so typical. That's so fucking predictable. Naomi Osaka had something to say about it and basically said, I know Taylor very well, and I know that Taylor, it's the opposite. Taylor is extremely intelligent. She's an extremely intelligent person. And she did go on to say that Jelena will no longer be saying those things again because now there's this firestorm and this backlash. And I guess, if that's how she feels, that's how she feels. I don't want to take nothing away from her, but this chick was smart enough to learn how to beat you, though. She was smart enough to learn how to beat you, though. She had enough class to just stand there and tell you, learn how to take the L better. But you still mad because you think that you should not have lost to that woman. You're still mad at that. You mad at that right now. You're mad at that right now. And you're even more angry that people starting to shade you over it. That's unfortunate for you. And that's what you made it. You made that. You did that. You did that. You could have walked out there and shook that girl's hand and said, good game. But instead, you looked at her and you said, you're uneducated. Why? You don't know. You don't know this from Adam. But you look at her blackness and you assume that blackness is uneducated when it's quite the contrary. Blackness is magnificent. Check yourself. That's what you need to do, little girl. You need to check yourself. And I'm sorry that you lost. Go, go back to the drawing board. Train. That's what she did in order to whoop your ass. She trained. And now she gets the little $200,000 check, and you get to take your ass home. See how that works? Look at your energy. Look at your energy. And you are going home, rightfully so, with that piss poor energy. Goodbye. Shit is so amazing to me how people just equate like ignorance with blackness. That's so fucking crazy. That's so. By the way, black women, at least in the United States, black women are the most educated segment of our society in the United States. Just so you know. Just so you know. Take that with you. And you start forming your mouth to say some stupid bullshit that's not true about black women. All right? Take that with you. So, moving on, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in Israel, man. And it really does bother me. It's bothering me. But should I care about that? Because the general sentiment is Palestinians don't really fuck with black people like that. They really don't. They're very anti-black people. They're anti-black. I'm not saying all of them. Okay? Let's just clarify. I'm not saying all of them. But a large majority of Palestinians in Palestine, let me not say here in the United States, in Palestine, don't really fuck with black people. So should black people care about that? Should we care about what's happening? Yes, absolutely. We should care about that. We should have compassion for other human life, first and foremost. Let me just put that out there. Regardless of how they feel. Do you feel bad about these fucking racist rednecks? If somebody gets hit by a fucking car, I don't care if he's wearing it's going to look bad, it's going to hurt, it's going to feel, and I just don't want nobody to have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Even though some people probably should, I just don't want nobody to have to get hit by a fucking truck and pancaked and all kind of, that shit just seems unpleasant as fuck. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of shit that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't happen to be fucking people. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking hate people. Now, if you want to fucking hate people, that's up to you. You hate people. You hate whatever the fuck you want to hate. You know, keep that shit over there. But the second you bring that shit over here, then we got a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? But I want to talk about, like I said, I want to talk about what the fuck Israel is doing and what the fuck the rest of the world is not doing. And especially us. And it just bothers me that you cannot say what you really feel about the way Jewish people behave toward other people. You know, it's almost like it's super sacred to not say anything negative about what Jewish people are the business that they're conducting over. Like, you can't say anything. You know, you can't point out the obvious. You know, you can't point out obvious things. And it's getting a little old, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but it is. It's getting a little old when, I mean, oh my God. I mean, you're just over there bombing babies and shit, and people at fucking AIDS centers and hospitals, and what the fuck are you doing? And how could anybody? I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. How could anybody condone that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, the Palestinians have done this. Yeah, but you've done this. Oh, but they've done that. But you've done this. You keep doing shit to each other, man. How about try one thing you've never tried before? How about leave each other the fuck alone? That's simple. First. Now, the question is black people, should we care about the Palestinians getting their ass bombed the fuck off? Yes, man, we absolutely should. We should. We absolutely should. And it doesn't matter if they don't really fuck with us like that. You know what I mean? We should care about that because, you know, it could potentially be us next. You know what I'm saying? And we in different areas, and we have to figure out, you know, how to A, stop that, but B, you know, there's nothing wrong with having compassion, and there's also nothing wrong with having human decency. It's that simple, man. I don't like to see nobody suffer. Nobody from no race. I don't like to see people suffering. I don't like to see people hating on each other. I don't like to see people fighting. I don't like to see none of that shit. But here we have all of this shit. Do I hate people? No. What I hate, and I've said this before, is ideology. Ideology is what I hate, because ideology is what fuels the shit we got going on in the fucking world on many different levels, on many different fronts, many different ideologies vying for dominance, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? All this dominance. Everybody wants this dominance. And that's what it's going on over in fucking Israel. Netanyahu is clearing out more parts of fucking town. Gaza City is about to go, you know, they're about to start an offensive in Gaza City. It's, listen, just unwarranted. Just going in there and genociding people, man. Just come on, man. And that's allowed? We're going to let that happen? We're just going to let people clear other people off the board? Really? And I'm not talking about the United States stepping in and doing something about it. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm talking the rest of humanity. The decent people on the planet. Take your head out of your ass and look at what's going on. Simple as that, for a couple of minutes. And then do what you need to do to preserve human decency. That's what I call for. I call for preservation of human decency. It's fucking crazy. It's crazy how we allow this shit to go on. And I'm just not, ugh. I'm just not down with it. I have Jewish friends that I love dearly, man. You know, that I love dearly, and I do not want to disrespect them in any right. And I have Palestinian friends, as a matter of fact, too, that I love dearly. And I do not want to disrespect them in any right, but I'm going to tell them right now, they need to get this shit together and figure out and understand. You know, my Jewish friends, if you are against genocide, man, then y'all need to say some shit, bro. Simple as that. Y'all need to, I don't have a dog in the fight. But if you care about people, if you care about human beings, flesh and blood, regardless of where the fuck they come from or who they worship, then you owe it to that person or yourself to speak up and say, hey, man, this shit is wrong. And we're going to speak up every day until you fucking stop it. What is like 9 Palestinians left? It's fucking crazy. They're bombing babies. I'm seeing me, like, I saw a little short video of a content creator from Palestine, and he had got on he was on live, and some people were on live, and there were some children. They were children jumped on, and when they found out he was Palestinians, they were like immediately death to all Palestinians. They were children. Who's teaching them that? Who's teaching your fucking children how to hate? That's the real crime. I'm sorry. That is the real crime. Teaching your children how to hate. That shit should be punishable. In my opinion, because that's the shit that begets everything that we have here going today. People who willfully teach their children hate. Intolerance. It's rampant. And people need to be checked.
The podcast playground.
Hooray!
Now, back to the Darren Harris Podcast.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the show. So, Trump tries to fire. I love this. He tries to fire one of the Federal Reserve governors, the black lady, Lisa Cook, and she said no and sued his ass and went to work and I love that. I absolutely love that, because people are starting to figure out that he's just a man. He's just a man. He's just a man. He's able to do something because, we have the most unethical and corrupt Supreme Court justices on the conservative side. And, in the history of this country, they're just, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how these people are in life. Like I said, lifetime appointments, them shit should be over, because Clarence Thomas needs to go. He needs to go fucking first. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go first. And where he needs to go to hell is where he needs to go. But I don't hate the cat. I hate his ideology. But nevertheless, he needs to burn in hell for the shit that he's done. Anyway, with that being said, this guy, wants to fire this lady. He wants to fire this lady. And he said that she lied about some sort of home that she said that she lived in primarily, but it was actually a second home, some sort of something like that. Some little piddly bullshit to say that she's dishonest or whatever. Listen, motherfucker, release the Epstein files, okay? Do that. Stop with the fucking circle jerk and release the fucking Epstein files. And everybody needs to get together and start chanting that shit every fucking day. It needs to be, good morning, everybody. Release the Epstein files. Today, this motherfucker didn't release the Epstein files again. And today, you know what I'm saying? That's what needs to happen, y'all. Really, if you really care, if you really give a fuck, and fuck Ghislaine Maxwell, all right? I'm just going to go ahead and fuck that bitch too, because she's a liar. And she's gonna lie because this bitch is guilty of trafficking chicks. You think she's gonna tell the fucking truth? Huh? You think you gonna take her fucking word for it? Huh? Oh, I don't know the president to have any relation. Shut the fuck up. You're lying. You're lying so you can get your ass out of jail and go live in obscurity someplace where motherfuckers don't recognize you. That's all you trying to do is get your bitch ass out of jail for doing some shit. And the bottom line is you don't want to be accountable for the shit you did. And I always say that. People hate being guilty of the shit they guilty of. And that's exactly what's going on and has been going on with this current fucking administration is they hate being guilty of the shit that they guilty of. He's guilty of so much shit and does not want to be guilty of it. Wants to be absolved and excluded from of everything. And there are people who are actually enabling it. And those people, man, I feel sorry for y'all. I really do. I feel sorry for y'all because you guys are so easily manipulated into believing bullshit. And then backing it up. And then trying to back it up and backing it up. And then trying to save fucking face. You motherfuckers look like idiots. You really do. You know, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so crass and so harsh towards fucking, but you motherfuckers is idiots, man. You fucking idiots. You believe this shit is happening. And we are slowly plunging into our descent on some slow motion. And you motherfuckers just act like this shit ain't happening. Okay. All right. We got farms closing, motherfuckers trying to feed us poison, all kind of shit. But y'all voted for this shit. Okay. But back to the Federal Reserve, Lisa Cook, she said, I don't give a fuck, and sued this motherfucker. Came back and clapped back with her lawyer, said all this shit about her house, you know, her having this second house, that it's just some bullshit to detract. Listen, release the Epstein files, motherfucker. That's all it is. And she went to work. She went to work. She got up and she went to work. And that's exactly what she's supposed to do. And she's supposed to get up and she's supposed to do her job. And that's what she's done. And that's what she's always done. But he wants to strip her of that for no reason, for no real ethical reason. And that's a big deal, y'all. I mean, look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. He's only criticizing places where there are black people in charge of things. That is all he's doing. Except for his war with Gavin Newsom. He's only critical of places where there are black people in charge. That's a problem. It is a power grab. He is trying to come here and seize power. And we have to stand and resist to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, are we? Or are we just going to let it? Are we going to let it fucking happen? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't want to have to fucking, move to Canada and shit and be on some like, yo, I'm claiming asylum in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I like my country. I like my country a lot, but it's getting to the point where if this shit persists, I can't love it. I can't love it because we just allow shit to happen. We just allow shit to happen. I can't love it from two standpoints: from the shit happening and the shit, and from from the standpoint of the shit that has happened and happening, and to the standpoint of us not doing shit about shit happening. That's the shit that's making me not love it. We just stand idly by while motherfuckers bend us over a fucking barrel. And we just take it. And the reason why we take it is because we're so addicted to the fucking conveniences that they have given us to soften us for all of this shit. Instagram, TikTok, all of this shit, man. All of this shit is our comfort zone. Because think about it. If we didn't have our motherfucking PS5, we gonna wig the fuck out on a motherfucker. I don't know what the fuck I wouldn't do if I didn't have my motherfucking Instagram account. You know what I'm saying? If Starbucks wasn't around, oh my God. What would we do if I couldn't drive around in my motherfucking Tesla? We feed it. We've been feeding it. It's time to close the fucking kitchen, y'all. You feel me? It's time to close the motherfucking kitchen down on all of this shit. Starve this shit out. And I got to tell you, with what Lisa Cook did, man, with what she did, she and Gavin Newsom and a few other governors, the governor of Illinois, a few other people are starting to realize, that they can fight back, that they can galvanize themselves, and they can fight back. They can fight back. We all can. They make it look scary. They make it look like it's the majority, but really it's not. It's just what the media is being told to play. There's some good media outlets out there, but don't trust the media, man. Don't trust the media. Don't trust the media. So, I want to talk about the school shooting that just happened also. Another 2 children gone too soon. Children gone too soon in church. And these gun advocates are steady wriggling out of it. Well, they don't even have to wriggle about it now because they don't have to. They're just blatant. They don't care, man. They just don't care about your kids. They care more about their weapons and their right to their Second Amendment. They just don't care about any kind of gun. I watched a brother talk about, how it's all kinds of crazy talk about how you going to enforce background checks and gun reform and all this other. Listen, man, however you got to do it to protect our babies. And I guarantee you, if one of your babies gets shot, you're going to want to take your gun over there and shoot back. Because that's our society now. How did we become a society that is so hell-bent on killing other people? Huh? How did we become that? We are hell-bent on it. How did we become a society hell-bent on the glorification of an instrument which the sole purpose of this instrument is to take a life? How did we get bent in on that? How did we let that happen? How did we let these motherfuckers, these people lobbying for these corporations and these billionaires so that they can extend these privileges? Because it's a privilege to own a gun. It should not be a right. It should be a privilege. The right to bear arms. No, the privilege to bear arms. And it should be heavily, heavily regulated. Anything used with the sole purpose of taking life needs to be heavily regulated, and definitely more regulated than fucking milk. Let that sink in for a minute. There's more regulations to have people drinking a glass of fucking milk, to getting drinkable fucking milk, than to have a weapon. It is not stringent at all. And then, you got people out there in a lot of these states, especially these conservative states, giving their children weapons when they're fucking children. That's how you get children going out and killing children. I don't understand it. I just don't get it, y'all. How we let our babies down consistently, and I don't really even know what to say about it. I mean, I'm in awe, man. I'm not even angry anymore. Of course I'm angry, but I'm just really in awe of the lack of fucking attentiveness that we are paying to the situation. We lead the fucking earth in mass shootings. The earth in school shootings. The earth. Think about that. the earth. It's fucking wild, man. We need to get a grip on a lot of shit here in the United States. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how, but somebody needs to come along, a group of people need to come along and say, okay, listen, we're done with this, and we're done with the people who keep inciting it. So, let's go get their ass and round them up. All right, let's do this. Last topic I want to talk about. You know, I just figured I'd break today's podcast up into some topics. Usually I just have a couple of topics. But I wanted to break it up into a few topics because there's just there's so many things out here. And the last thing I want to talk about is boots on the ground here in Chicago. Now, my wife and I are traveling, and we've been traveling. We're having a great trip, and she is from Chicago. And that is where we happen to currently be. Well, we're actually outside of Chicago. If you know, we live in an RV full time, so we're actually at a campground in the outskirts, just outside the suburbs of Chicago. And she has friends and family in Chicago, and there are going to be boots on the ground in Chicago to try and curtail crime in the city of Chicago. And Trump's talking heavily about it, and heavily about it, just super heavy about it. And it's looking like he's going to try to make that move. Now, the governor of Illinois is like, don't. The mayor of Chicago is like, don't try it. And the reason why Trump's saying he's doing it is because the city's out of control. But if you actually look at the data, if you actually since this mayor has been elected, violent crime in the city of Chicago has been trending downward. Crime in general in the city of Chicago has been trending downward. But Trump still wants to make claims that we gotta put boots on the ground. We gotta go over there. No. It's so he can come over there and take it over, like he did D.C. But listen to this, y'all. I mean, I look at it like this. You could put as many troops on the ground as you want to put down here, okay? You could put all the troops on the ground you fucking want to, all right? All the troops in the world, you could put them right down on the ground. Right here in Chicago, you can run them up and down. It ain't going to change nothing, man. It ain't going to change nothing because, you know, for one, they don't want them here. They're all right, let me just say it. Black people are smarter than that, okay? Because really what it's about is coming here to get black people. All right? We're coming here to get black people. And that's really what it is. Boots on the ground here to round up some black people so we can put them in these detention centers and get these thugs off the. Listen, you snatching regular people, you searching regular bags, you just out here harassing motherfuckers, you're profiling people. That's all you want to do. You want to come here and try and snatch people up to get them in the system so that you can incarcerate and put them away. You're looking for your slave class, and this is how you think you're gonna do it. But just like in D.C., black people smart, man. Black people are smarter than you think we are. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know you trying to bait us out here. We know you trying to get us out here. I mean, all the shit you say about all these black cities, you know, all these cities where black people are in charge, or all these places where black people have authority and power. You're trying to say all these places are inefficiently ran and et cetera. Say lies, man. Lies. You're stabbing. You reaching. And people will show you. The people of these places will show you. You know, and the thing you don't want to talk about is you talk about all this, you know, Chicago and all these blue states. You're dispatching people to all these blue state cities. But again, statistical data shows that it's red states that have the higher crime rates in their cities. The cities in the red states have higher crime rates per capita than any place. It's sickening to listen to Republicans talk about crime when their states are rampant with it. Simple as that. It is simple as that. And I'm tired of it. And I think everybody else should be getting tired of it, because everybody needs to be tired of it, because it's based in hate, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell everybody. Everybody who supports that bullshit ass ideology. All you people are starting to figure your ass out. People starting to figure your whole shit out. That you motherfuckers ain't shit. You ain't shit. You and your whole ideology. You ain't shit. Get it together, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get it together. Because people starting to understand that they could fight you back. And that not only that, it's effective. And they're no longer taking the high road. Thank you, Governor Gavin Newsom. I don't really know much about the cat. I'm from New York. I don't know much about California, but they tried to say that he had a bunch of crazy numbers, so on and so forth, but he can't clap right back at the numbers, of these states, and also his economy, poised to be the 4th largest economy on the planet. So stop talking about California like, people, they got some problems, but every place has problems. Red states especially, they got some real problems. Healthcare problems, education problems, you name it. They got fucking problems. Crime problems. But y'all want to keep with that blue state shit. Y'all want to keep with that shit. You don't want to, you just want to believe, you want to believe people lying to you. That's all. You want to believe people lying to you because it helps you double down and reinforce your fucking bigotry. That's it. And we see through that. So listen, at the end of the day, and I'm going to say this and get the fuck out of here. At the end of the day, anybody who hates people and thinks that they're superior to people and lacks human compassion and human decency, you're going to find out here really soon that human decency and people tired of your fascist bullshit, that shit trumps all of this shit y'all got going on right now. Because people, you might be feeling your little balls right now, but we seeing every day people putting forth the effort to fight your bullshit ass back. So, all right, y'all, I'm done ranting for the week. Yeah, exercise your voice, y'all. If you got one, even still, if social media, everybody wants to suppress you, whatever, man, exercise your voice. Speak out against this bullshit, because that's the way it gets done. Speak out, call it out in their fucking face, make them feel it. You know what I'm saying? Make them understand it. You know what I'm saying? Be loud about it. Be proud about it. If they like these people, I got a bonus. I got some bonus. And I hope people still listening. Down in Florida, and I didn't plan on talking about this. Down in Florida, where me and my wife live, they are painting over all the pride intersections. I know how to fix that, okay? I know how to fix that, all right? All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, use holograms. Use a hologram. Get you a light, get you a hologram made, and post it up on the side of buildings. You can post it wherever you want. Huge, proud. They can't do anything about it because it's a hologram. Simple as that. Okay? So that's how you beat them. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank my wife, and I really want her to be on this week's podcast, but, can't always have everything that I want. And people in hell want ice water too. So I want to thank my parents for giving me the mouth and the brain to talk about some things. And sometimes I know I do babble and I don't make any kind of sense, but trust me, folks, I am doing my best to try to give you the best content I can. I want to thank my producer, Jesse Yandel, for being a great producer every single week. I want to thank Gentry Thomas for the platform. And last but not least, I want to thank you guys out there listening to the show every week. You guys are really, really, really the lifeblood of my show. And I'm talking to all 4 of you. So thank you for joining me, y'all. And until next week, please go out. Exercise your voice, man. You guys matter. Everybody, get out there and say what you need to say. Spread love and cheer, man. It don't cost nothing to smile and be nice. All right? I'm Deron Harris. Until next week, y'all have a good one. Peace.
You've been listening to the Deron Harris Podcast. Subscribe to the show, give a good rating, and everything you need to know is at DeronHarris.com.